Hey guys, I'm Kamen Rider Silver, and today we're going to be doing another mega review on the Bandai movie monster series Godzilla vs. Kong line. But there is one figure here that is not from the Godzilla vs. Kong line. Bandai did not release a 2021 Godzilla, so I went and got the 2019 Godzilla to be my MonsterVerse Godzilla in this trio. So let's take a closer look. So first, let's take a look at Godzilla himself. Like I said, this did not actually come out with Kong or Mechagodzilla, but it's the closest MonsterVerse Godzilla that came out to those, so I included it in this review, and I actually just got this figure today. I've wanted this figure for a while, but I just never got him, and I wasn't as into vinyls before, but I am again. So let's take a closer look first at the tag he comes with. I got this off Amazon, actually. This is that one render of Godzilla that was used a lot during that 2019 time. This was during the 65th anniversary. Godzilla 2019. Godzilla 2019. Let's take this out real quick. You can see a nice silhouette of Godzilla back there. I'm glad they didn't just silhouette this picture. This is a cool render of Godzilla. And on the inside, a bigger version of that. So let's take a look at Godzilla himself. I do like this figure a lot because I didn't have a vinyl version of the MonsterVerse Godzilla, so those spines look amazing. They do remind me of the Monster Arts of 2021, kind of a closer to teal, but I really like the charcoal look on this guy. And the sculpting is very, very good. Coming up to this face. Originally, when I had seen this figure, I thought that the teeth were just sloppily painted, but it's just because 2019 and the MonsterVerse Godzilla in general has really jagged teeth, so they actually hit their mark on all the jagged sculpt, so I'm really happy about that. I really like those eyes. Once again, very similar to the current Monster Arts. And then it has a very sharp sculpt for a Bandai movie monster series. Sometimes the sculpt on these can be pretty soft, but it's very rigid in places. And I'm really glad that it has that definition, especially there in the chest. You can even see some of that texture in there, in the gills, the hands, all his little osteoderms and scoots and armor really is nice in there. And you got this nice tail, and I'm glad it comes to a little bit of a curve. That actually gives him some nice difference in the sculpt rather than just going straight out. Paint on this guy, obviously, these beautiful spines. Let's take a closer look at those. I really like that. The spray on this is very, very nice. You know, I was a little worried getting this figure 2 years after its release that the later versions wouldn't be as good, because sometimes, you know, the quality does go down if it's not a first-run product, but this is just as good, if not better, than the ones I've seen. So I am glad that, you know, they did go somewhat down the tail. Wish they would have gone all the way, but they did enough of the tail. They did all of this, and what I'm super happy for is that they did these up here. I feel like they didn't have to do these, or by movie monster series standards, they usually wouldn't do these. So I'm really glad they painted these up here. And of course, that eye, I think that face sculpt looks actually really darn good. The teeth, like I said, are painted jagged like they're supposed to. And then, I mean, they're not going to do this, but I kind of wish the tongue was painted, because you can obviously see it's in there, and it's just a black void. So I think that would have been cool if they would have painted that. But overall, I think the paint scheme works. Articulation for Godzilla. He's got some hands that will swivel all the way around, and he's got some legs that, if you move the hands out of the way, will also swivel all the way around. Nothing at this section of the tail, and no head articulation, so pretty standard for a vinyl. In this video, I will also be comparing these Japanese import vinyls to their American counterpart, or what you could get in America for your 2021 display, non-Monster Arts. So this is obviously, like I said, not 2021, but it's a MonsterVerse Godzilla. So you got that, and in America, you could get Of course, availability is kind of crazy with these Playmates, but you could get a Radio Tower Godzilla like this, or you could get Supercharged Godzilla, which is coming out now, or you could get the Heat Ray Godzilla, but here is the Radio Tower Godzilla, and it's a little bit smaller. If you bring in our tape measure, the Radio Tower Godzilla measures at about 6 inches, where the Movie Monster series is a little bit over 6 inches and is, you know, a fair bit longer. But, you know, this figure has the spray on the dorsal plates too. It even has, you know, some tail articulation. So, of the two figures, I mean, I like this one more because of his size and the sculpt. But honestly, this guy has grown on me, especially the spines. I really do like their overall shape. They do look good. So, if you're going to get one of the two, I mean, I haven't seen this guy in stores for months, ever since I got him. And you can get this one on Amazon right now for about 30 bucks. So, I would say the choice is up to you. But, I really like this figure. Now let's take a look at the big ape himself, Kong. This is one of the first vinyls that I have collected recently when I got back into vinyl collecting. He was up for pre-order with Ultima and Jet Jaguar from Singular Point, and he came in the same wave. It's super cool to have Kong in vinyl form again. I know it's been quite a while. I really don't know how long, but there hasn't been one in the 2000s already, so it's cool to have Kong back in vinyl form. As for the head on this guy, I've seen some renders of Kong earlier in the production run of Godzilla vs. Kong, and it's closer to this head. What we got eventually in the movie is closer to the Playmates head, which I'll show you in a little bit. But this is closer to earlier images of Kong. But for me, for Kongs, it doesn't really matter. I mean, obviously, you know, for movie-specific Kongs, I would want accuracy, but just Kongs in general, I like Kong. I like any design of him. So, speaking of design, let's look at his card. You can see right here that his design does not quite match up with the actual movie art. You know, he's got a little bit of a broader face in here, and this one's got a lot slimmer of a face. So they don't quite match up. But this is a cool card. I really do like how he has that jungle background. That's really cool. Like, I don't know. That's super awesome. I like that. It says 2021 Monsterverse Kong from Godzilla vs. Kong 2021. Open it up. Silhouette of Kong punching in there. And that silhouette right there again. And I like this kind of gold highlight on there. But yeah, I do like this fur sculpt on this guy a lot, and that they went in and they put some like lighter or darker brown actually wash in there. That's really cool. But like this arm fur sculpt is really cool. I like how it comes down the legs. That's really, really nice. A little less hair on the chest, obviously. And he's got his scars, which are sculpted in. I wish he kind of had like an open hand. I mean, you know, movie monster series don't ever come with accessories, but as you know, Kong is a wielder of axes and cranes and stuff like that. So if he would have had an open hand, that would have given him a little bit more display options with accessories you may already have. Here on the mouth, the eyes in there are pretty cool. They're looking straight up, which is interesting. I do have a little bit of a mispaint right here, but I do like how his mouth is really bearing those fangs. And I do like the beard on this guy. As you guys know, I do like Kong's beard, and it actually like comes to a point, so that's really cool. His head also kind of comes to a point right here with some tufts of hair. That's pretty cool. That's his back. Articulation. You got some swivels in his arm. All the way around, swivel over here, all the way around, and then you've got a nice little diaphragm waist swivel. I do wish his head swiveled a bit, but I mean, that doesn't happen a lot in movie monster series. So let's bring in Kong from Playmates. I'm using the Hong Kong one because he's got some pretty colors. So But the sculpt is the same as pretty much the other ones, except for the head is the same as the fighter jet. But as you can see, based off the tag, you know, the Playmates has a closer head to what their Kong looks like in the movie, rather than this one. But I do like this one. But I do think the Playmates for $10, if you can find them, is like an amazing figure. So this guy goes about $22 right now on Amazon, which is not bad at all for a vinyl. But if you can find this guy in your stores, specifically maybe the one without the Hong Kong paint, definitely get him. This is an amazing figure. But yeah, that was Kong 2021. Lastly, here is Mechagodzilla. So this is the most recent of all of them. He came in, I think, the last wave of vinyls that came out from Japan. So he is a very new vinyl. And just look at this. This guy is absolutely, right now, my favorite incarnation, plastic incarnation of Mechagodzilla. I think the sculpt is the most accurate to the movie. I think just partially because Bandai has all the time in the world to do this. They release after the movie, mostly. But let's take a look at that head. Wow. This is just, it's perfect. And the metal color they used is awesome for a vinyl. The hands are a little stubby, which are funny. But they are, besides this kind of stubbiness of the claws, they are more accurate to the movie than the Playmates. But let's take a look at the card real quick. This is Mechagodzilla's card with that infamous Mechagodzilla pose where he's looking back. I really like that pose. That's very menacing. 2021 Mechagodzilla. And then this other pose, which I believe is on the back of the 12-inch Mechagodzilla from Playmates. And he's doing that again right there. So that is very cool. But I really also like just the red on the tips. I really like that they went for that, which is more accurate to the movie. Yeah, just everything on this guy. I know a lot of people saw it at first and was like, that doesn't look good, but in hand, this is just beautiful. If this had some articulation, it'd be beautiful. I did articulate a Playmates Mechagodzilla recently, so if you want to see that, comment down below, and I might make a video on that. I probably will at some point, but still, this guy, even after I made that custom, this is my favorite Mechagodzilla. For articulation, Mechagodzilla has a few points. He's got the arms go all the way around, and he's got the legs, which I don't think can kick quite all the way around, or at least I don't want to try, but he does have leg rotation. Nothing in the top of the tail, and then nothing back here. I do gotta say, I really like this tail sculpt. It's not all segmented, it's one fat sculpt, so that's cool. And then he's got nothing up in his head. So, you got this guy. Well, what about this one? This is an inbox Playmates Mechagodzilla, because my other one is custom right now, so it wouldn't be a fair comparison. This guy right now, you can get him for about $37 on eBay, straight from Japan, which is not bad for a vinyl. That's, you know, I bought him for about $20 and shipping was about $15, so I bought him for about $35. This guy I got for $10 at Walmart, but you cannot find these. These are like super hard to find, so really you're going to be paying about the same amount, if not more, for the Playmates Mechagodzilla. So, I mean, just looking at them straight away, this guy is the winner all the way. This guy has more articulation, I'll give him that, but, I mean, if you're going for straight looks, this guy blows him out of the water. And, at this point, he might be easier to get. I already measured up Godzilla, but let's just do this all again so you kind of know how big these will be in your collection. Once again, Godzilla is a little bit over 6 inches tall. And as far as length, he's just at about the 12-inch length. Kong over here is about 6.5 inches. Wow. And, you know, length, I guess if you want to look at his wingspan, a little bit under 6 inches. Taking a look at Mechagodzilla. Almost the 7-inch mark, as he should be. Should be a little bit bigger. And then length, about 11.5 inches. So there you go, guys. There was a look at all 3 of the Bandai Movie Monster series vinyls for Godzilla vs. Kong. While this one isn't part of Godzilla vs. Kong, I think Bandai was inferring that, you know, if you already have that one, we're not going to make another one, so you might as well use it. And I'm glad that I did get this one. Here they are on my aircraft carrier. Obviously, Mechagodzilla never fights on this, but still, I think this makes for a very cool display. Definitely check these guys out. You know, Playmates Toys has been spotty with distribution and with scalpers. Some of these might be easier to find. So, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow me on Instagram, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!